contestants represent one LDC or less developed country, and your goal is to win the grand prize of $1 million in economic loans towards your country. Here is our first contestant representing Brazil, second contestant who is representing Mexico. Moving on to our third contestant representing Africa. And finally, our last but not least contestant representing Indonesia. Now on to the rules. Find questions at your destination from the flag carriers, answer them correctly, and gain a clue to your next destination. First one to reach the end wins. And here, each contestant receives a scooter to help them reach their next destination. The race begins here. Here's your first clue to your first destination.
Where can you find duckies with children who illegally feed them?
Oh my gosh!
Oh!
I see one! Name one of the factors that are necessary for economic development in LDTCs. Oh, our answer is investment capital.
Correct. Where can you find a Chinese bistro?
Oh, I see it right there!
Name one of the factors that is necessary for economic development in LDC.
One of the factors. My answer is technology.
Correct. Where can you find a Chinese bistro?
Chinese bistro.
Name one factor that is necessary for economic development in LDCs.
My answer is well-trained and workers. Yeah, that's it.
Correct. Where can you find a Chinese bistro?
Here.
Name one of the factors that is necessary for economic development in LDCs.
Qualified managers.
Correct. Where can you find a Chinese bistro?
Yes, I found her.
What do LDC offer to multinational corporations in order for them to invest in their countries?
My answer is good tax rates and work regulations. That's right. And your next clue is where can you go buy nachos and a Slurpee for a cheap price? Oh, I know. Oh, can I buy a boba?
What is another source of economic growth for LDC?
Investment by multinational corporations.
This is so
That's
good.
right.
Where can you go buy a Slurpee and nachos for a cheap price?
What international organization have industrialized nations developed to improve economic infrastructure in LDCs?
My answer is the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, or IMF. That's correct. Where can you buy a nacho and Slurpee for a cheap price?
What are the two factors that caused the LDCs to not be industrialized until this day?
It's imperialism and colonialism.
That's correct. Your next clue is where can you go to buy a nacho and a Slurpee for a cheap price? Hey, I'm far behind!
What is one of the key issues that LDC must face instead of free trade?
The answer is protectionism.
That's correct.
Alright, here is your next clue. This is where you can wish upon water.
This is your final destination.
Okay, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
What is an example of a grassroots development program?
My answer is microcredit.
You know what? That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, so here's your next clue. This is where you can wish upon water.
This is your final destination. Go!
Working conditions in factories and LDCs are very poor. Name few poor working conditions that the workers must go through. This one's difficult. I'll take a guess. The people grew really old and they turned ugly and wrinkly.
You know what? It's wrong. Guess again. I have to finish my Slurpee.
What the heck?
Here we go.
What is another approach to economic development? Grassroots development.
That's correct.
Okay, here's your next clue. This is where you can wish upon water.
This is your final destination. Go! Okay, I'm done.
Finally!
Okay, the question is, working conditions in factories and LDCs are very poor. Name few poor working conditions that the workers must go through.
Let's see. I think I really got it this time. Forced overtime and lack of healthcare benefits.
Correct! You may go.
Okay, here's your next clue. This is where you can wish upon water.
It's your final destination.
Water. Okay, I think I got it.
You are the winner. Here is your $1 million loan.
Hey, where's everybody? I swore it was this place. Huh?
Losers.